Jackson is going to be back on the movie theater screens coming up this May, but it's not the movie you might think it is. Now, I'm not doing this episode alone. I brought my favorite Michael Jackson fan, MJ Anonymous.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. I never left. Hi, MJ Fangirl. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Excited to do another video with you.
Yes. This is going to be really exciting because we're going to be talking about something that I think we've been looking forward to, which is seeing Michael Jackson at the movie theater.
Yes. Yep.
But it's not for the biopic just yet.
No, but it's still pretty cool. You're going to like it. You're definitely going to like it.
Yeah, so we have some exciting news. So Universal Pictures has announced that they're going to be bringing out The Wiz back on theaters in select theaters on May 18th and May 21st.
That is so cool. I'm going to go see it for sure. Do you want to go with me?
Of course.
All right.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. I think you said it's in like 4K, right?
Yes. So here's the deal, you guys. It's going to be in 4K. Okay. It's going to be restored to 4K. They're using the original 35 millimeter negatives, the original audio stems, and they're going to be remixing the sound in Dolby Atmos.
That is so cool. He's on down the road.
I know.
Do.
I want to do the dance.
She can do it too. She can skip just like it.
Yeah.
And the other Wizard of Oz too.
Yes.
Wow. You watched a lot of Michael Jackson.
I have. So The Wiz, yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of background and shout out to one of my subscriber friends, Sauron Baggins. I always pronounce that wrong, but he is like the biggest Wizard of Oz and Wiz fan. And he's always like, talk about The Wiz. So we're just going to talk briefly about it today.
His name is Sauron Baggins. Do you know what that is reference to?
It's from a movie, but I don't remember which one.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool. I never heard that name until you mentioned it right now. Like, oh, okay. That's the bad guy, and then it's the little guys.
Got it. All I know is Gollum.
Gollum.
Which is about as much as my 2-year-old knows. She knows that.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to do an impersonation of that, and she was, what's Gollum? What's Gollum doing? Kept bugging me about it. I'm like, okay, well, you'll watch the movie one day. We'll get to it. But speaking of movies,
yeah,
The Wiz is going to be dope in the theaters.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Besides This Is It, of course, I don't think I've ever seen Michael Jackson on the big screen.
Thriller 3D?
Which you guys have heard me talk about. I love Thriller 3D, and you did not go to that.
I didn't.
And I kept telling you to go.
I know. I was I don't know. I was just hanging out, not really. I think I thought about going, but then it was before a movie, like that Jack Black movie, and just like,
yeah,
I'll just watch my DVDs. I'll be all right.
Right.
But yeah, now that they put it on YouTube and you see how good it is, the quality, yeah, I'm kind of jealous I didn't go.
Well, we had the chance to go together to see The Wiz. Let me remind everybody what The Wiz is all about. Wiz came out in 1978. This was Michael Jackson's first big screen moment. It was a musical fantasy film based on the original Wizard of Oz, which is by, I believe, Frank L. Baum is his name. This was set in New York, which actually was filmed very much in my hometown. So I love that. Directed by Sidney Lumet. I think it's Sidney Lumet. Starring Diana Ross as Dorothy and Michael Jackson as the Scarecrow. Produced by Motown Productions, and this was Michael Jackson's first acting role, you guys. So he played the Scarecrow, and he studied animal behavior and took really detailed notes. He performed a song called You Can't Win, which was a highlight of the film for a lot of us Michael Jackson fans, and for a lot of other people too. And most important thing about The Wiz, for us big MJ fans, who'd he meet there?
Some guy. His name starts with a Q. I can't remember exactly. Quincy Jones?
Exactly. Quincy Jones, which basically changed the trajectory of Michael Jackson's career in entertainment. It really, they made some serious magic, some serious hits.
Right, because his solo albums weren't really that big before, but that off the wall, him and Quincy they took it to another level.
They sure did. And I wish I had included this clip, but there's a clip out there online that I've seen where people are interviewing Michael. I think it's right before the Triumph tour, or maybe the Destiny tour. And they're asking him about it. And he's like how he saw Quincy on the set of The Wiz. And because Quincy worked on The Wiz as well. That's where he met him. And he was saying that he asked Quincy, oh, I really want to do a solo album. who do you think I could get to do it? I'm looking for a producer. And Quincy was like, well, why don't you let me do it? And Michael's like, okay, all right.
Smart choice for Quincy to offer to help out on that album, because I don't know, that collaboration really, I don't know, they kind of found the roots of what Michael Jackson was really going to be as a solo performer, right? All those hits,
Right.
his original hits, stuff that he collaborated on with like Rod Temperton, which, because I think if it wasn't for Quincy, he might not have ran into Rod Temperton, who wrote Rock With You, Off the Wall, Thriller.
Yes.
So it was a very good matchup.
Absolutely. I agree. And although that all was great, The Wiz actually itself did not do great in the box office.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. I did not know that it wasn't. Was it a box office bomb, or was it just it didn't do great? Is what you're saying?
Well, from everything I've read online, it says that it was a commercial flop.
Wow.
So check this out. So they spent $24 million on it. From my research, it only grossed $13 million. So it didn't break even. A lot of critics felt that Diana Ross was miscast, and that the whole, like, the theme of the tone of the movie was like too like dark. Like, it wasn't a very bright, The Wizard of Oz is like bright compared to that, and all the Technicolor and all that stuff.
I was gonna say I would have never known that it was a flop, because like growing up, my aunt always had a copy of it. We would watch it. She always talked about how she loved the music in there. We even went to a high school musical that was doing The Wiz one year when I was in my 20s, or maybe in my late teens, and went to go see it. And I don't know, it just seemed like it must have been a great movie, a big movie, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. But I guess it was more of a cult hit later on, right?
Right, exactly. And that's kind of what it is. Yeah, people now consider it to be kind of like a milestone in Black cinema and Broadway to film type movies. But it did not do well at the box office, which is, I mean, now in retrospect, like, it's being celebrated. So I guess it all works out in the end, and a lot of good things happened from that movie.
I mean, obviously it's good enough to be remastered and put back in the theaters. How many years later now? 40 years or
78. So I might need
40,
a calculator.
46, 47. Yeah, that's a long time, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm gonna go see it and get some popcorn and watch it with you.
Yay, that's awesome. Solomon was laughing. Solomon, do you think you're gonna go see it?
Turn my mic on. I will. I'll go see it, I think.
Okay.
Just because I know you now. I sort of have to go see it, I feel like.
Yes. Yes. That means the world to me, Got to get people seeing Michael Jackson. Get those numbers up.
You're inspiring the community of fans and semi-fans to get out there and see the projects.
Right. Solomon is a collaborator of Michael Jackson.
Oh,
so we have to give him the respect.
I'm a collaborator.
You are.
I have a title now. That's awesome.
You've been in the studio with the man himself.
Yes. All right. So anyway, so you guys go and see The Wiz. That's coming out May 18th and May 21st. Yes. So that is Michael at the premiere of The Wiz in 78. And then at the next photo is going to be, I believe, him and his parents. Yeah. Catherine and Joe Jackson there. And this was a big deal, you guys. Like, Michael's first, like, feature film. Very cool.
That is cool. Was this in New York as well? Like, where they filmed it? Or?
I think so. You know what? Actually, I'm not even going to say I think so. I don't know.
Well, either way, he was happy to be there. You could tell he's all smiling. I'm here with Catherine.
I love it. I came across this online, just searching about this new premiere, and I came across this. It looks like they're going to reissue the soundtrack. It looks like a reissue.
Two vinyls in one.
Yeah.
I guess it must have been that many tracks on the movie, right? A lot of songs.
I think they're going to be playing like the actual, like the
Score.
the soundtrack, the score.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay, that makes sense. So score and then all the songs from the singers. Okay.
Yeah. So if by the time this video comes out, I'm going to try to link this product down below so you guys can check that out and buy it.
I wonder if they'll put it on streaming.
I know they should.
But that's pretty cool. I mean, $32.99 is a pretty good price compared to like, I think vinyls on like michaeljackson.com are pretty expensive, right? So
Yes, they are. And speaking of michaeljackson.com and official Michael Jackson projects, I want to talk about the biopic. Very quick update. This is just going to be like 2 minutes. Okay, so one of the fellow MJ fans messaged me and was like, "MJ fangirl, check this out. There are production trucks and camera crews and all the wiring and all that stuff outside of um, one of Michael's last homes, Carrollwood, and the thought is that they're now doing reshoots or continuing to shoot the biopic there. So that's interesting because then that means that it'll go all the way into 2009, which I think a lot of fans were speculating, whether it would be ending in the 90s or going to the 2000s. So that's the only update I've seen so far.
yeah, I mean, I would hope as a biopic they would go that far. Originally, it seemed like it was only going to end in the 90s, and then they had the issue, so they're like, okay, let's do reshoots. I mean, I would prefer it, like I said, to go to 2009 so we can get the full history of Michael before he passed. I don't know. Like, nobody's really confirmed that it's for the Michael Jackson biopic either. It could be for somebody just renting that house to make a different movie. I don't know.
Right. And that's the thing. We need some official news. And I think it's going to be almost like 5 or 6 months before the biopic's supposed to come out, which is in October. So let's see. This should be the month. May should be the month for the trailer. Teaser. Something,
right? Because it's 6 months. That's prime time to put out whatever. Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk and singing Man in the Mirror real quick and
something.
Running from all the fans and paparazzi. Something.
Yeah. So stay tuned, you guys, for that. That's our biopic update. We could talk forever and ever about what the possibilities are.
Right.
But
it's not that much of an update, though. That all we knew about was the possible reshoots.
Yeah. And I'm not even like showing any pictures or videos or anything because like he said, we don't know if it's actually for this Michael Jackson project. So stay tuned out there. And if you know anything, drop us a line in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I was also going to say that I noticed there weren't any pictures like of Jafar. Like how there have been a lot of leaks, like people seeing Jafar on the streets at the house, and this had nothing. It was just wiring on the ground, and so little evidence of what it could be, really.
Yeah. To access this full episode ad-free, join the MJ Fangirl Patreon. And thank you to our Patreon Platinum sponsor, Marla's. You are the best. Patreon is the best way to support this channel and keep it going. I appreciate all you guys for watching and catch you in the next episode.